Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. Who is running Sandra Fluck? That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. As we reported last night, the Factor believes the Sandra Fluck contraception controversy was manufactured to divert attention away from the Obama administration's disastrous decision to force Catholic nonprofit organizations to provide insurance coverage for birth control and the morning after pill. That might very well be unconstitutional. Anyway, we are having trouble tracking down just who is sending Sandra around to the media. It's very strange. So far, the 30-year-old activist has appeared on 8 national news programs where she was not challenged at all. Last week, we called Sandra on her cell phone and invited her on The Factor. She didn't call back. Very unusual. There was no other public contact for the woman, just her cell phone. A man named Mike has booked her on a few programs, but we can't even get his last name. And Mike doesn't provide callback numbers to those with whom he speaks. So, Mike, who are you? And why the subterfuge? Now, late today, we found out that Ms. Fluck is now being repped by the progressive PR agency SKD Knickerbocker, where Anita Dunn, the former Obama communications director, is the managing editor. Aha! So this whole deal comes back to the White House, at least indirectly. So let's run down what we know. Sandra Fluck is a former head of the group Georgetown University Law Students for Reproductive Justice. On February 9th, a group called the Feminist Majority Foundation arranged for Sandra to appear at a press conference criticizing the Catholic bishops for objecting to President Obama's contraception mandate. After that, Congressman Elijah Cummings, the former chairman of the Congressional Black Caucus, invited Sandra to testify in front of the House Oversight Committee. But she was turned down by the chair, Congressman Darrell Issa, because she had no expertise in the church-state subject matter. Nevertheless, Ms. Fluck went to the hearing and afterward complained to ABC News that she had been denied. A week later, Nancy Pelosi staged a mock hearing starring Sandra, after which Rush Limbaugh made derogatory comments, elevating her to left-wing martyrdom. So it seems there is a powerful presence behind Sandra Fluck. And as the polls show, the controversy has benefited the President of the United States, who was on the ropes with the church deal. This is all the more amazing because the controversy Sandra is embracing is completely bogus, as I explained on The View today. Do you guys know what Title 10 is? Do you know what Title 10 is?
Explain it.
You know what it is? Okay. So it's in motion now that if you need birth control and you go to a federal clinic, you get it.
Yes.
That's under Title 10 of the Public Health Act, all right? So there really isn't any problem, you can get it. And then if you don't want to drive down to the clinic, you can go to Walmart or you can go to Target and get it for $9 a month. So to insert this into a giant Obamacare bill seems to be unnecessary to me. And by the way, the ladies were respectful, and we had a very good and necessary discussion. Now, Talking Points believes that very quietly, President Obama will pull back on his demand that the Catholic Church cover contraception. He has snatched victory from the jaws of defeat and would be foolish to continue flogging an unconstitutional mandate. Mr. Obama knows the polls say many American women now believe he's protecting them. For that, he can thank Sandra Fluck and whoever is running her. And that's a memo. Now for the top story tonight, reaction. Join us from Washington, Fox News analyst and radio talk show star Laura Ingraham. So Anita Dunn magically appears. But I must say, to put it in perspective, she wasn't in the game, Knickerbocker or Miss Dunn, last week. They just got in the game now. You say?
Well, Bill, first of all, a great way of laying this all out for the people watching this. Look. The bottom line, it's not about this law student, okay? It's clearly about the Democrats' razzle-dazzle move here, because they know that edict coming down from HHS isn't just about Catholic institutions. I think this is wrongly framed as a Catholic issue. This applies to all employers, okay, across the United States, also Catholic institutions, but all employers like myself. I mean, I pay for my employees' health insurance. So if I have a conscience problem with this type of coverage, then I have no rights whatsoever. That's the issue that the House Judiciary Committee hearing was trying to get at, and that's why they had the witnesses that they have. And mind you, it was a Republican-run hearing, so the guests did weight toward the Republican or conservative point of view. The Democrats do the same thing when they're in charge, which is, I guess, the complaint that Elijah Cummings, a Democratic congressman, had. But nevertheless, Sandra Fluck, as a law student, somehow has the time. I mean, I was a law student. I could barely do the work. It was, you know, a crushing amount of work. But she somehow finds the time to jet around the United States to appear on behalf of this issue. That's a free country. She certainly can make her point of view known.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't have enough money to buy the pill at $9 a month, but she has enough money to fly,
a lot of time away from law school,
coast to coast and all of that. But look, here's why I think this is a very important situation. There is no doubt in my mind, and my investigators' mind, that this woman from the very beginning was what they call run by very powerful people.
Oh, yeah, she's
it's not
a
an
pawn.
accident that Elijah Cummings, Nancy Pelosi, all of these people got her and put her in a position to get national exposure. Okay.
Yeah, plucked her out.
Right, right. But now we see, all right, that Anita Dunn and her firm has embraced her. Now, she appeared on NBC 1, 2, 3, 4 times, CBS once, CNN once, no, 5 for NBC, and The View also. In each of these times, all right, there was a shadowy booking process because I spoke to some of these people.
We've tried to get her on, too, by the way, on my radio show, and we're unable to book her.
Right. But she appears, she shows up, and somebody pays for all of that. See?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm going to say, and I can't prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, I think I will be able to, that this was run out of the White House. The White House ran this.
Bill, remember, Anita Dunn, I'm sure, is smarting from her own experience exiting the White House, okay? So this is, whether it's payback or whether it's just helping out someone who's friendly on an ideological basis, sticking it to the Republicans, I don't know if we'll know the answer to that. But the bottom line point is, for everyone watching this show now, it has nothing to do with a law student who chooses to go to a Catholic institution who's upset. It's nothing to do with it. She's a willing pawn in this process. It's the Democrats' refusal to acknowledge the truth about what's happening at the hands of Catholic Kathleen Sebelius. Okay?
But they don't have to acknowledge it because now they're winning the issue with American women.
I don't know if that's the case, Bill.
The polls say it.
Well, let me just say, this is the beginning of this political process. I think a lot of people are just starting to pay attention to this Republican primary and the presidential race. I don't buy this conventional wisdom that all women in the United States believe that conscience rights should be overrun by a desire to get a bunch of free stuff to make your life more fulfilled. I just don't believe that. And I think once you stay on this and others like myself continue to dig into this and let the word go forth that it is your conscience rights that could be overridden next, I think people are going to start to refocus this issue a little bit. I think it's already happening.
It's the issue that you're bringing out that is a major issue about freedom. There's no doubt about that. But there's also the mechanics of how a disastrous situation for the White House, this whole Catholic Church thing, was turned around in a very shrewd way, using the media, who absolutely played right into it.
Yeah, I call them, Bill, the media operatives that have been involved in this are nothing more than accessories to electorate distraction. I mean, there's maybe not a crime involved here, but they are accessories to, in my mind, subverting the truth to the voters. They deserve the truth about this issue. Unfortunately, Sandra Fluck is just another willing pawn in the process to obviate and subvert the truth. And we, at this point in our country's history, need to know the truth about what's happening to our Constitution.
All right. Thank you, Laura, as always. Next on the